Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Josh and you are watching the Perfect Timepiece channel. Now, I did take a few days off in the last week or so just because running the channel is a lot of work and I do take some time off for myself every once in a while. So I just wanted to say thank you guys for being patient and sticking with me. If you're new here, though, welcome. Welcome to the channel, welcome to the show. Today I'm going to be talking about my top 5, and I actually have 6 of them here for you, Grail watches, because somebody in the comments, and I apologize, I don't remember who it was actually asking me for an updated list. And honestly, I think this list that I've come up with is kind of my ultimate Grail list. I'm probably not going to change this anytime soon, just because, you know, when I made Grail lists before, I didn't really have a whole lot of experience, and now, you know, I've really had a lot of exposure to a lot of these pieces. So without any further ado, the first watch on my Grail list is a watch that needs no introduction. It's very, very iconic. You can probably tell what watch it is just by looking at it. This is, of course, the Rolex Submariner No Date. Now, as I said before, I'm not a huge fan on the Cyclops glass that highlights the day wheel, or the date wheel, on Rolex pieces, and you know, that's simply a personal thing. I feel like too much gunk gets in there in the little outline of the Cyclops, and personally it's just not for me. I don't like domed sapphire crystal because I think it'll scratch easier, and for the same reason I don't really like the Cyclops. But the Rolex Submariner is the kind of iconic dive watch, and before I got sidetracked with, you know, 6 months or so of only buying dress watches, I was very much into dive watches. And now, you know, I've kind of moved it more toward the middle, right? I kind of like everything, and I think my list shows that here. But the one thing I would say, I think Rolex only makes the No Date watch in black and steel, but personally I would love to have them make a two-tone version of this watch with a blue dial and a blue bezel. And I think honestly, if they can't make a No Date version in that color, I would actually live with the Cyclops and just go with a Cyclops version in two-tone with a blue dial. That's how much I love it. I almost forgot to mention the price. The Rolex Submariner is approximately $7,000. Again, you could probably find that a lot less used, although if you're buying the two-tone version, it is going to be more expensive, but that basically wraps it up for the Rolex. Now, the second pick that I have on here is actually an Omega. It's the only Omega on this list, and it's actually a Speedmaster reduced. Now, before you go hit that dislike button, oh my gosh, it's not a man on the moon. I understand the obsession with the man on the moon, the legacy. That's actually why I love the Speedmaster line so much, just because, you know, an Omega Speedmaster was the first watch worn on the moon, which is an incredible accomplishment. But the Omega Speedmaster Reduced that I want is in white. It has a white dial, and it has some gold, 18 karat gold filled trimmings on it. And this watch is actually, I think, a steal at $2,000 to $3,000. It depends on the condition, of course. They don't make it anymore. It's a vintage piece. But I do think the reduced size it comes in at 38 millimeters is perfect for my smaller wrists, and since this is my list, that is why I am choosing the reduced Omega Speedmaster. Now, moving on to my third choice, this watch comes in at just under $6,000 new. This is a limited edition Tag Heuer. Now, a lot of people don't like Tag Heuer because they think they're overpriced, but honestly, I think the design and aesthetic of this piece outweighs, you know, the fact that it could be overpriced. This is the Tag Heuer Caliber 17 in blue and gray and red. It has a very unique and amazing color scheme. Personally, you know, I just love the fact that it's a 2-register chronograph. If you guys have seen, you know, my previous reviews, you know that I am in love with the 2-register chronographs. And honestly, the color scheme on this piece, the blue with the accent of the red, is just perfect. You guys know I have a soft spot for blue and red, and you know, you can't get any better than this piece. I've found a few pictures, but one in particular made me fall in love with it. Hopefully I can put that up in the video for you. But honestly, I think it is an amazing pick. Not for everybody, but again, this is my top 5, but really it's top 6. Okay, so number 4, we have the Jaeger-LeCoultre Master Control Date. I really hope I pronounced that correctly. This is just about $5,000. I've actually gone in and tried this one on for myself. This is more of the dressy and classy piece that I would have in my Grail collection, if you would. It's very slim, very light, and it is just so sophisticated. It's amazing. Hopefully I'll be having pictures up here for you to look at just how amazing the dial is. I like that they have the 12, 9, and 6 numeral, but they have the date window cut out at 3. It doesn't, you know, it's not perfectly balanced on the dial, but personally I think I can get over it just because of how awesome the watch is. Some people may say it's too plain, some, you know, others might choose a different Jaeger-LeCoultre or a Reverso or something like that, and I do think those are cool watches, but that's something to add after I get my Grail collection. So, number 5, we have the Zenith El Primero, and honestly, I'm not sure if I would get this with an open heart. I think I would have to see it in person. But the open heart Zenith El Primero comes in at $5.5 thousand. So these are all very expensive watches. But personally, I love the aesthetic. Again, you have the gray, dark gray, blue, and red of the Zenith, and I have to add a Zenith to my collection because of how well they decorate their movements. It's honestly breathtaking. And I just couldn't live with myself, honestly, if I didn't get a Zenith at one point in time. It just has that movement porn, if you will, and as an engineer, I really appreciate the movements. So number 6, this is the extra special bonus for you guys because I like you guys so much. This is the Grand Seiko Snowflake SGBA 011. This watch does not need any introduction. I had to include a Seiko in here simply because of the spring drive technology. When I first started this channel, I did not like Japanese movements at all. I actually was like a snob for Swiss movements. And since then, you know, companies like Seiko and Orient have totally changed my opinion about what I think about those types of watch manufacturers and their country of origin. But with this movement, the spring drive, I believe Seiko actually combines a quartz piece with a mechanical piece, and basically the second hand like doesn't tick at all. It's super smooth and it's like a continuous sweep, and honestly that is the really big selling point for me on this watch. Additionally, I really love the power reserve and how well it's integrated into the dial. I love the blued second hand, and I love the snowflake pattern on the dial. Excuse me. Really, you cannot go wrong with the Seiko Snowflake. From what I've heard, it is an amazing watch, and hopefully one day I can get my hands on it. So these were my top 5, 6, Grail watches. Thank you guys for watching. I hope it was entertaining. Let me know what your Grail watches are down below, and if you have any plans on acquiring them. Personally, you know, I have like 6 watches here that all cost like $5,000, so that's like $30,000. Definitely not not impossible for me to be in a position where I could afford these, but not right now. So maybe in a few years, we'll see. So guys, I really appreciate your support. I'm not going to plug Patreon. I'm not going to plug my watch site, my strap shop. What I am going to plug today is my actual website, www.perfecttimepiece.com. I am working incredibly hard on redesigning it and making it a better experience for all of you, and actually getting more watch content on there in the form of articles. So if you want to head down to the description down below and actually click on the link to go to our website, there will be a little pop-up there that asks you for your email address. If you put your email address in there, you will not miss anything going on with the channel or me. And if you're new around here, definitely hit the subscribe button down below. I mean, come on guys. You guys gotta love me. You guys gotta love my content. If you don't, definitely leave me a comment down below on how I can improve. I would love to hear all of your comments, even the trolls. So, all right guys, I will see you all next time. Bye.